What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal with you? So, um, I'm just going into these videos, just making videos, making content. Um, but I looked at this video and I was like, bro, I just had to do a reaction on it. I just had to do a reaction on it. Shout out to Donut Operator. This is basically man knocks out cop. It takes 7 shots at a wedding. So as I was watching this video, I just looked at it. I was like, man, this honestly, this is a bunch of factors on why this escalated the way that it did. But we're gonna go a little deep into this, so let's follow in.
To get 2 or 3 cents a
Of
month.
course, this ad.
On February 19th at around 10 p.m., Winter Park police receive a 911 call about an irate and very drunk wedding guest. The caller told the dispatcher that the subject was grabbing people by the neck and shoving people to the floor.
Boom. This is gonna lead me into my next thought about this, right? They get a call, he's shoving people down to the ground. Right? That's already step one of a problem, right? That's a problem. So police is called. Great. Let's continue.
Rate, drunk, yes, he has no shirt on, he's on the outside of the building, he's trying to beat people up, he's yelling, he's very drunk, yes, he's being violent. He's starting to shove people's heads and beat people up.
See, this is the only thing that, you know how drunk people, they go into different phases. People have different drunk phases. So you got the aggressive drunks, got the sloppy drunks, you got the party drunks, you got the blackout drunks. You got your different phases of drunkies. But the aggressive drunkies, like people that drink and just get fucking, they ready to fight everything. Like I just don't understand people who do that. Like, and then you end up in situations like this. So this person had a situation. He getting too drunk. Police is called because, of course, you're choking people and throwing people down. That's a problem. So of course, police is involved. Where I'm like having this issue with is how this video escalates. Let's continue. Okay. He's outside.
Yeah, he's grabbing an older woman and shoving her. Yeah, it's getting bad. So they're just saying for me to move away because people are making him mad. Anybody of authority is making him angry. Yeah, he's grabbing people's necks and like it's an older woman. I think it's his mom. 2 people he puts in the floor.
This being a wedding and it's 10 p.m. at night, we're just going to go ahead and assume that everyone was absolutely plastered. Once police arrived on scene, they quickly moved towards the suspect, identified as 39-year-old Daniel Knight. You can see in some of the security camera footage from the venue that they were trying to get him outside because he was just causing a whole ruckus. The police records show from his criminal past that he is 6'3" and weighs 260 pounds. On top of being a big old boy, he's got a mean right hook. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. The secondary officer arriving on scene is the initial one to make contact with our suspect, who is shouting obscenities and appears to argue with other patrons. When Officer 2 makes contact, an unidentified woman is standing in front of Daniel, assumably trying to prevent him from being more of a belligerent drunk. So Officer 2 attempts to remove her from the scene after giving the woman several commands of move out of the way. Daniel doesn't like that Officer 2 is trying to remove the woman away from him, saying, "Don't you snatch my MFing sister," so he aggressively steps toward Officer 2 and pushes him. His sister, who is causing more harm than good, shouts his name and attempts to calm him, but does not succeed. Officer 2 then separates him from his sister. This is when he delivers a vicious right hook to the face of Officer 2, knocking him to the ground completely unconscious.
He's okay. He's okay. He's our brother. He's our brother.
Man, that bitch ain't got nothing to do with me.
It's his first wedding.
Shut up.
It's his first wedding. It's his
Back
first
up.
wedding.
Shut up.
Listen,
Back
it's his
up.
first wedding.
Back up.
This is his
Back
first
up.
wedding.
Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way.
This is what I'm talking about. I understand she was trying to de-escalate the situation, but you're causing more harm than you are trying to heal this situation. Like, what are you doing? When them police officers, see, this is what I be talking about. If police officers, I know sometimes they could go over the top with the authority standpoint. That's not the issue. The main issue is, what is it so hard about just listening to what they got to do? Let them do what they got to do. Sometimes it could be mitigated so much faster without all the commotion and problems. Like, sometimes, they don't ask questions because they're trying to figure out the problem, right? Now, how they go about it is the reason why things end up turning out the way that it does. But as soon as he said, you need to shut up, that was right there. Oh, boom. Yep. All right, got an aggressive guy. Need to figure this out. So the officer is telling the sister, can you step out of the way? Let us handle this so we can de-escalate this situation. Of course, sister being all in the way, causing more harm, is creating a higher situation than what it needs to be. Let's continue.
Wait, man, move out of the way. Move out of the way. Come here for a second.
He's saying, step out of the way. She's trying to stop the situation, stop the situation from happening. The police is there. This is a situation. You are you are apprentice to this situation. So now you can be tried as somebody who is associated with, just this situation alone. But I'm just saying, if you could step out of the way, this would mitigate so much. It would help so much. Just step aside. Get out of the way. Let's continue.
Come here.
So now he is grabbing the sister. Oh my gosh. Now it's creating more of a commotion. Now, the police officer, as you can see, is just trying to mitigate the situation. You see, now he's holding the sister. But he's like, all right, I got you. That's great. I would have told her, or I'm just thinking of a suggestion. This will be maybe just a clear suggestion on something that could possibly help this situation. Hey, sister, step aside real quick. Let me handle this. Hey, sister, let me deal with this. Let me deal with this. This is not your battle. Let me get this dealt with. But him being drunk, he probably not even thinking about that. He's so focused on them trying to hurt her that he's not even focused on himself. Let's continue. So you see, the officer is calm. The officer is calm. He's just trying to get a hold of the situation. But there's also people out there that don't like being touched. But there's too many calls in this situation. We're trying to de-escalate the situation. And of course, we have to use moral ethic when it comes to using certain types of deadly force. But I feel if they have a weapon or something of some sort, then that's when you start using higher forms of deadly force. You start using your baton or, if they have a knife, determining on how far or distance you are, you got two things. You got pepper spray or you got that taser. Possibly. But if they start pulling out knives, like real knives, and start coming at you and start trying to shank you, yeah, you pull out that pistol. Give him 4 to the chest. Maybe even 2 to the legs. But, if not, the taser, baton, shoot, even pepper spray. That's your best bet. Deadly force, the pistol should be the last result that you should do. Let's continue. So here come third person number 3. Where are you coming from? Get out of this situation. He's probably trying to de-escalate the situation too. There's too many people. And you're just coming along. What are you doing? Get out of the way. That's what I be thinking. Get out of the way. Move. Let's continue. So now he's pissed. He's pissed. It's a whole bunch of people. They're trying to de-escalate the situation. Look. His mind is just flabbergasted right now because there's this person trying to de-escalate him, trying to calm him down. You have a police officer dead in front of you. You have your sister, she's crying, she's throwing a fit because she's trying to calm you down while you're also you're venged up with anger and frustration because all the alcohol that you've been consuming. So now you're just in a rage and it's just so much going on as of this moment. Your heart's probably racing. You probably got super intensity going on around you. You're just like fumed of fire. And you got this police officer who is trying to mitigate you, but he is touching on you. That's where the problem came in. Police officer is touching on me. Why do you keep touching on me? But this next move is where he went wrong.
What's up, man? What's up? Okay.
Before I get to this next move, right? Did you hear that police officer though, right? He said, "Hey, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on." He's still having composure, still talking with him, still trying to mitigate the situation. And of course, the man's not trying to mitigate it. So I'm gonna replay this back, and I want you to really listen to this. And this next move is intense. Get on the bed. Put him to bed. Boom! Talk to me. Boom! It's because you was touching on bro. Let's play that back one more time. Boom! Put them dukes up. Put them hands up. You already been told he's being aggressive. You didn't think he wasn't going to be aggressive with you? Keep them hands up. Block. But you touching on bro, like, of course, your hands are all extended out. You all out in the open. You're all exposed. You think just because you're a police officer, nobody gonna put their hands on you. Man, there's some people out there that don't care about that. So you touching on him, he probably thinking he having flashbacks in his mind. Probably, who knows? So you touching on him, trying to mitigate the situation, all exposed. You talking to him all nice and all that. When you came up, boom, shut up. Look at yourself. Now you're on the ground. The camera is facing up. That's how you know you got knocked out. The camera is facing up. Usually you have it kind of like sideways where you can kind of see the view. But nah, you facing totally up. So which means too, he hit you hard. Brick wall. Intense. But 265. So that's like a freight train hitting you. And you're sitting there trying to mitigate the situation. Let's continue. See, sister screaming. It's just too much going on. Now the whole family. He's still trying to get up because he's wondering what just happened. Do you see him? What was that? Shots fired. Dang. He's still trying to wonder what's going on.
He knocked him way more than unconscious. It takes the officer a minute to just get up off the ground. Let's take a look at the officer who fired the shots, fatally wounding the suspect's perspective. Officer 1 draws his taser, standing a few yards away from our suspect, while also issuing commands to put his hands behind his back. The officer tries to deploy his taser several times, but the sister is in the way. Finally, when he does deploy his taser, it doesn't do anything.
Get away from him! Get away from him now! Step back, Sam. Step back. Here you go. You touched my sister. Hey, you touched my sister.
Yeah. See, you causing more harm. Get out of the way. Move. See, you see? Where are you coming from? Why did you even interrupt? Move! Get out of the way! You seen a police officer? Move! No! When police officers is called, just let them do their job. I know we so quick to say F the police. We so quick to say that. But you know what the crazy part is? The people that actually put themselves in a position, they put themselves in that position. Why are you getting called in the first place? Sometimes, okay, we could say about profiling and all this racism and racist cops and all that stuff, but dirty cops, yeah, there's dirty cops. There's dirty people in almost every business that you could think about. There is people that do foul things in almost every single business that you could think about. There are people that do all types of shit in different types of businesses, and that's normal. It's called good and evil. Yes, you're just gonna have that. But if a police officer is called, man, like, out of the way. Get out of the way. Move. All you're doing is holding up the operation that is happening. It's making it just take longer, and we can't de-escalate the situation. Continue. Yeah, move. Is you saying he's just drunk? That's why he was called in the first place. Let's continue.
After Officer 1 tries to deploy his taser, which is unsuccessful, the suspect then knocks him to the ground and starts assaulting him from behind. The officer, fearing for his safety, because, if he gets knocked out too, then the suspect has access to his gun, his taser, anything on his belt or his partner's belt, rolls over, draws his pistol, and fires 7 shots into Daniel at close range.
Step back! Put your hands on your back now! Put your hands on.
As soon as the suspect goes down, everything erupts into complete chaos. People are screaming, the sister attacks the officer who fired the shots. It was absolute madness.
And then, you want to know the crazy part? The first thing that they would say is, the police officers, they killed my brother. They killed my brother. Why they have to kill my brother? The police did this. Is police brutality. If you was in that situation, you got this 265, 6'4" man. You tased him and that shit didn't work. Right? He's still ramaging you over, he's literally trying to hit you from behind as he ramshacks you over. Of course, you're in fear for your life. Because now at that point, it just doesn't work. But, like I said, deadly force. I would have pepper sprayed the dog shit out of him. All to the face, bro. Like, so crazy. Whole canister. His eyes would have been just all up in the face. All up in his face. also straight up, like, really mad. All in his face. Yeah, but when he fired shots. But it's not like, I don't think it's a bad thing. It could be a bad thing if let's say if he wasn't assaulting him. Like, at that point, you're committing deadly force, bro. No matter what it is, you're putting your hands on the police officer, no matter what. You be like, what's the difference between them and us? Well, their job is to deal with people like this. That's their job. Now, these are good cops. They probably are good cops. They probably were cops that are just trying to de-escalate a situation that just ended up going south very fast. Now, where I don't understand is, yeah, he done ramshacked him over, right? So you see them. He punched him, knocked him to the ground. Now he's running over trying to ramshack him. Sister's trying to save him from going over and ramshacking him. Right? He tased him. Taser didn't work. Adrenaline's probably shooting. It's probably running. His adrenaline is probably just running as of this point. So he was probably like stumping on him, probably hitting on him. Of course, like, you down on the ground, you can't really do much. But she's screaming because she's seeing what's happening. So, of course, he sees him trying to come back. He's coming back to attack. He probably, the fastest thing he could have done was reach over, get the gun out of the holster, boom, fire. But firing 7 shots, that's a little bit excessive. At least maybe 2 or 3. Because, from my remembrance, a 9mm pistol holds 12 rounds? 13 rounds? I could be wrong. 13 or 15 rounds? 7 rounds is a lot. And especially if you're firing at the rate that you're firing, you're probably firing at because you're not holding it, you're not gripping it. You just, which is, you're not directly aiming, so you're kind of just freeloading as of this point. But if you can see, his full intent was to go over there and try to take bro out. So he fired his weapon. He probably tried to run because he seen the gun. Bro went down. Down goes Frazier.
As soon as the suspect goes down.
So now here comes sister. Boom. Do you know you could catch an offense like that? She probably more than likely did. Had to end up going into jail because she hit a police officer. You assaulted a police officer. And she probably got hit with a crazy fine. See, I could understand her defending her brother's honor on the situation, but that should have been de-escalated 10 times better than what it was in this situation. This was a situation that could have been dealt with so much better. This could have been dealt with so much. That escalated way too far from what it needed to escalate to, but I don't know. That's just my understanding on it.
On everything erupts into complete chaos. People are screaming. The sister attacks the officer who fired the shots. It was absolute madness. Before any of the body camera footage was released, the family got on the news stating that Daniel did nothing wrong and he was not violent.
See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? This situation could have been de-escalated 10 times better. 1. What are you doing in the way? Get out of the way. Hey, by the way, donut operator, I don't mean to catch you in a bad angle. If this was a bad angle, please let me know. But, oh my goodness. This could have been de-escalated so much better, bro. Let's see what happened.
Violent towards the officers. I understand this got on the news stating that Daniel did nothing wrong and he was not violent towards the officers. I understand it's very emotional for the family, but they flat out lied.
I watched them unload their gun on my brother's chest.
Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he was... wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or...
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for done operating. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for illustrating that. Thank you for illustrating that. Did she really just say that?
Towards the officers. I understand it's very emotional for the family, but they flat out lied.
I watched them unload their gun on my brother's chest.
Yes. This could have been so much more mitigated if you would have just got out of the way. Get out of the way.
Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent. Trina says he wasn't.
This speaks for itself.
Aggressive or belligerent.
We are demanding criminal charges on each and every officer.
Well, that...
I just want to see the outcome. What was the outcome of this?
That's all I have for you fine people today. I'm going to be over at twitch.tv/stormdopper.
Darn it! What happened? What happened?
As soon as this video is...
Bro. Darn it. I hate when videos end like that. Oh! Because I really want to know what happened. I'm gonna do some research on this. But, yo, we gonna come back again. We gonna talk about this. Or we gonna watch more further videos. We gonna talk about this. But, as you can see, I don't know. Tell me what y'all thought about it in the comments. Tell me what y'all thought about this. Because I'm still flabbergasted on how that was. I don't know. I just didn't think that was the police officer's fault. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts is. You guys be smooth like water. Peace.